Matthew Brown on YouTube, very good. As a home brewer, would you like to use damsons like plums? Would you cook the fruit first? Mash temp 68 degrees, and we are talking metric right here now, folks. So this is a comment that was left under. And maybe it shouldn't surprise me, but it is one of the most popular videos that we've done. It was one of the early fruit beer brew days that we did, and it has some good stuff in there. It's interesting. It's interesting to me to go back and just see the videos that I've put up, the thumbnails, how they're different, how things have changed. Whether or not I'm more comfortable now or then on camera, who knows? But yeah. So anyways, but this is in relation to the fruit beer brew day. I'm using in those videos, I'm using pasteurized fruit sterile or semi-sterile fruit puree, pasteurized fruit puree from, whether that be Oregon fruit or fierce fruit or aseptic purees, whoever you like. So they're talking about processing fruit. And so one of the things, especially if you're talking about on a smaller scale like homebrew, I think that there's some interesting ways to go. So let's look at it a couple ways like this. If you have access to and sometimes homebrewers are into other things like this. So if you have access to sous vide, it might be an interesting opportunity to take something like plums, process them up a little bit, put them in a vacuum sealer, and then get them into a sous vide style recirculation cooker, and maybe look at keeping the temperature like not crazy high. And then find out how long you need to hold that at temp in order for it to be pasteurized. So dig into some charts that you can find online. The reason that I'm suggesting something like this is you may end up being able to prevent some of like the really heavily cooked fruit flavors. If you don't mind a cooked fruit flavor and something like that, then I would recommend breaking the fruit down, processing it down, and then getting a light simmer on it, and then getting that cooler into a fermenter and then maybe racking on top of it. You would want to purge that vessel. Maybe you add it right to the fermentation vessel. I'm not sure exactly what you're working with as far as a fermenter goes. But if you are using a secondary fermentation vessel, you would want to sanitize that as normal, purge it as well as you can with CO2, get your fruit in, purge it again because I'm a maniac and maybe you could just do it once, but purge it again and then get your beer racked on there. So we'll see. You might be able to make the argument that, well, the fermentation that kicks back up when you ferment out that fruit will take care of the oxygen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I think that's a little presumptive. And I don't mean to sound, I don't know. I feel like I sound a little sassy right there, but yeah, sometimes I don't know. It's better safe than sorry in my mind. So you're better off purging vessels if you're going to do something like that. But if you want to try to prevent like a heavily cooked flavor of the fruit and maintain some more of the freshness, maybe looking at a sous vide technique and at a lower temperature for a little bit longer. And play around with that a little bit. That might be an interesting answer as well. So anyways, hope that helps you out, Matthew Brown. And Andrew has had good luck using frozen fruit as well. He's thinking it's normally pasteurized before freezing. So yeah, I like that too. And the plus side of freezing is you'll oftentimes the freezing process will actually burst those cell walls and they'll be a little bit juicier and easier to extract. So yeah, that can be another plus. Dude, we have more and more metric people in here. But listen, I think if we figured out anything, we know that I speak the international language of love. Okay? I think you can feel it through the solar system right now. I mean, it's what keeps people coming back. You know what I mean? So we're going global. Of the 19 people in the chat, like at least a quarter of them are outside the United States of America. So I want to come to your location and give a talk on beer. Let me know. Let me know if you want to fly me and my wife out. I'm kidding, kind of.